Hello, and today's video is a review because as I was doing my makeup this morning, I was using my Urban Decay Naked 3 palette, and I thought to myself, I haven't done a review video on this little guy, so today was perfect to film a review. In this video, I'm just going to share my thoughts and my opinions about this palette, go over all the colors, and share some of my favorite looks, and also compare the Naked 3 palette to the original Naked palette and Naked 2 palette. Just like in all of my review videos, I have a lot to say, so I am going to get started. Let's start with what exactly is the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. So this is what the palette looks like. You get 12 beautiful rose tone color eyeshadows, and then you also get a dual-sided eyeshadow brush, and then you also get a sample of their 4 eyeshadow primers in the color Sin, Greed, Eden, and then the original anti-aging formula, and you get all of that for $52. I actually don't have the primer potions with me right now because I am home for spring break and I didn't bring that home with me, so it's still up in my college dorm room, but I love their primer potions because they are great eyeshadow primers. They help your eyeshadow stay on throughout the day, and they just make the colors just seem more vibrant. And then the color Sin is one of my favorites because it's like a champagne-y pink toned cream eyeshadow that you can use as an eyeshadow base for all of these beautiful pink eyeshadow colors. I can show you what the brush looks like because when I was packing my stuff to go home for spring break, I made sure to include this brush because I love it. You have one side that's like a dense eyeshadow brush, so it's perfect to pack on colors, and then the other side is more of like a fluffier eyeshadow brush that I like to use for the crease because it's easy to blend out all of your colors. The packaging of the Naked 3 palette is very similar to the packaging of the Naked 2 palette. It's a durable tin case, but this is more of like a rose tone color, so it foreshadows that the colors in this palette will be more on the cooler rose tone side. And then inside is a very large mirror, which is great because you always need a mirror. And it also makes this palette great for traveling because the packaging is very durable, and then it also has a mirror which makes it easy to apply your eyeshadows on the go. Now moving on to what's exactly in this palette and what colors are featured in this palette. This palette consists of all cool tone neutrals with a nice variety of shimmery and matte colors. On one side of the palette you have your like pink rose tone colors, but then on the other side of the palette you have more of those cool tone browns and taupe colors. All of these colors are super versatile. You have a lot of lighter shades for like the eyelid or like softer daytime look, and then you also have some darker shades to apply to like the crease or outer corner to darken up your look or even make it a little more smoky. I'm going to try my best to describe each of these shades in the palette. Strange, which is a matte vanilla shade, which is a perfect highlighter shade. Dust. And this is a light pink, but it's very sparkly and glittery, so it has a lot of fallout and not too pigmented, but what I like to do is I like to layer this on top of an eyeshadow to give my look a little more sparkle. Next is Burnout, which is like a light pink peach shade, which is great for the lid. Limit, which is another matte shade. This is like a light rose matte shade, so it's perfect for the crease for like a transition color. Then you have Dust, which is very similar to Buzz, but it's a little bit more darker, but it's that same glittery, sparkly shade. The next color is Trick, which is also very similar to Buzz and Dust because it's very sparkly, but Trick is more on like the copper peach side. Nooner is your other matte shade, and this is very similar to Limit, but Nooner is a little bit darker, so if you are looking to define your crease more, definitely apply Nooner. Next we have Liar, which is one of my favorite colors in this palette. It's a warm brown, and you can either apply this to your lid for a dramatic look, or you can just apply it into your crease to add a little more definition to your look. Factory is also another cool tone cool-tone brown color, but this has more hints of like pink and mauve. Next is Mugshot, which is another one of my favorite colors. I love to apply Mugshot with Liar because Mugshot is a metallic taupe color. Then we have Dark Side, which is like a deep silver mushroom color, so it's great to use for a smoky eye or more of like a nighttime look. Last but not least, we have the color Blackheart, which is a black color and it has some like hints of like pink purple shimmer. So now that I went over all the colors in this palette, I want to talk about what I like about this palette. It is very similar to the original Naked palette and Naked 2 palette when it comes to texture, pigmentation, eyeshadow formula. They all are so pigmented, easy to apply and blend. I got this palette for Christmas, and the reason why I asked Santa for this palette is because I do not have a lot of pink rose tone colors. They wanted a palette that would create such beautiful, different rose toned pink eyeshadow looks. All of these colors are very wearable. They will look great with any eye color or skin tone. I have been using this palette ever since I got it for Christmas, so I have had a lot of time to experiment with all the different colors, and I have some favorite looks and colors that I like to use from this palette. One of my favorite colors is Burnout. It's great for the lid. I'm wearing it on my lid right now. I also love Liar, which is like a medium brown color, and when I want more of like a simple daytime look, I like to just apply this to my crease, and that's what I have in my crease today. But then if I want something more dramatic, I actually apply this color to my lid and blend it into my crease. Also love the color Mugshot. So because this is on the darker side, I like to apply this either in my crease or outer corner. I always use Limit or Nooner, which are those matte rose colors, and I apply that either into my crease and just wear that by itself, or I apply in my crease and then apply eyeshadows on top of it because it makes it easier to blend other colors. So those are some of my favorite colors from this palette, and I know that there are so many other beautiful colors in this palette. So if you want to see a tutorial with this palette, or if you have any specific tutorial requests using any of these colors in this palette, you guys know what to do. Let me know in the comments below. I just want to mention one thing that I kind of don't like about this palette, but I'll live. It's not that big of a deal. The three very sparkly colors, Dust, Buzz, and Trip, they are lacking pigmentation. They have a lot of fallout because they are very glittery, but I don't mind. I make use of them, and the best way to use those sparkly colors is just to apply it with your finger on your lid on top of an eyeshadow. Before I end this video, I just want to give a little comparison of the Naked 3 palette to the Naked 2 palette and the original Naked palette, but I don't want to go in too much detail because this video is already long enough. But if you do want to see a full video dedicated to comparing the three Naked palettes, let me know. The original Naked palette features more bronze eyeshadows, where the Naked 2 palette features more like shimmery, cool tone taupe silver colors, and now the Naked 3 palette features a lot of like sparkly, cool tone, rose tone colors. So if I had to choose which one is my favorite out of those three palettes, it's still the original Naked palette because I love the Naked 3 palette and the Naked 2 palette, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I wear more of like the bronze eyeshadows. But if I am willing to experiment with different eyeshadows, I use my Naked 3 palette because, like I said, I don't have a lot of like cool tone pink eyeshadows, and I feel like these colors are working really well with my green eyes, and especially for the springtime. So I can conclude that all three of the Naked palettes are very different and unique in their own way. After I record filming a review video, I always am amazed how much I can talk about one single makeup product. I'm so happy that I finally reviewed the Naked 3 palette. Let me know in the comments below if you have the Naked 3 palette, if you're liking it, what you like about it, what you don't like about it, and what are some of your favorite colors and looks. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!